Like, I mean, like, just knowing only a little bit about you, I would say maybe that was like the turning point. Like, when everything changed, when everything started like clicking. The moment, because the floor price went crazy up. Like, I think 150 or more than 150. That was the ATH
Yeah,
per.
yeah. At the top, it was about 150 ETH and about more than $500,000. But I didn't sell
Yeah,
the top, so
that's okay. But then the thing is that it went up there. Like you had something which was worth so much. But also, I want to talk about the opportunities that you got because you were the member of the prestigious club. You still are the member of that prestigious club, but then, you know, in that crazy bull run, because when I also picked up my like gutter rat and like few of my other NFTs like at crazy prices. I didn't sell because like just like you, we don't know how to sell. So, but then the opportunities that I got, the people that I met, the community I got to interact with, that was something else, like right? Because and also I want to talk about the IP, right? You said that you made because when I for the longest time you had the same PFP of that board ape, right? With that police hat and I kind of like have that picture in my mind. And for the longest time, I had the PFP of my Gadakat rat. So Gadakat gang rat. So, and then we have both changed it. So I want to talk about that. Like, why did you change it?
yeah. So actually speaking, I before retiring from the Navy, the market was good and all that. And by the time I retired, I thought things will become better, but somehow they just kept going down. And towards the end, like it's been about a year and a half since I left the Navy, since I've retired from the Navy, and I just finished my course at the Indian School of Business, and I had to start looking for a job, and I needed that liquidity because the what do you say, having such a big asset in, I mean, it makes it very difficult to would say move it around or do whatever with it. But I decided, so I attended the Ape Fest. So I went to Hong Kong in November to attend the Ape Fest, and that is when I realized ki the club is too expensive for me. There were so many rich people over there from all over the world, and I felt ki a board ape maybe doesn't really represent me as a, what do you say, investor, because I got in very early. I wouldn't have been able to afford it. Even now I can't afford it. So I decided that it was time. I needed to start adjusting my life and do stuff with my life. So that is when I decided to let it go, because I needed to put it into other cryptocurrencies and see if anything happens now. But what happened was, now the Indian government has again banned exchanges from outside. So we are, like you said, we are going back to that same track which they did in 2018. And maybe it was a good decision to get out as at that time. But still, I am not out of the Bored Ape Yacht Club. I have a mutant. I have used that as a profile picture. And like you said, the community is why we want to stay on. Like in the Gutter Cat gang, unfortunately the founders were not okay, so they I mean, they did a slow rug and used all of us. But the community was amazing, and we went there for the community and not for the founders or not for the NFTs. And that's what most of us who are in the NFT space do. We go for the communities, the vibe, and the connections that we get.
And honestly, I feel that whatever happened with the floor prices went crazy up and you didn't sell and then now you sold. But the thing is that I feel that because you have been in that, in that cycle, in the next cycle, you're gonna hit big. Because you have all this experience now and you have all this. So I just feel like I read a theory about it that you need two cycles, complete two complete cycles in a asset class to kind of make money. So I think your two cycles are kind of complete, and now is the cycle for Srini. For me, it's my second cycle. I'm scared, but um,
No,
But
that is good. I mean, theoretical stuff to speak about that two cycles, and you make the money in the third cycle. But and crypto cycles are much shorter than maybe stock market cycles, so it is easier to learn faster. But the problem with crypto is its volatility. It is so volatile that you can never predict. And the problem is also there are so many assets. It's not like you have these, let's say, 50 blue chip companies in the stock market that you can trust on. Here you have so many blue chips, and many of them can fail. Like Gutter Cat Gang is a classic example. It was a blue chip NFT that was
the
competing.
IP is so, yeah, the IP is so strong that even if the founders like decide to do something now, we'll invest in it because the IP is
Correct.
that strong.
Correct. And like if you recollect in 22, I think 22 is when all these big brands were getting into NFT projects, and Puma had changed their profile picture to a Gutter Cat Gang cat. So I mean that's not small, so it is. That is the power of these NFTs. I mean, the branding and the culture that you can create with NFTs is simply impressive. But there is a lot of fear and uncertainty that people have against NFTs, and it is valid because if you don't understand from outside, when you look at it, it's a JPEG which you can copy paste. Actually, it's a PNG, but JPEG sounds better. So you
Yeah,
can right click, copy and paste these JPEGs, and so what if you have proof of ownership? Who needs it? Is what many people would say, but that is when you look at it from the outside. Only when you come inside and start interacting, like I myself in 2017, if somebody would have said, I mean, like I saw the punks at that time, I never thought anything of them because they were pixelated. I didn't like the art. But now I have gone into crypto undeads and it's the same pixelated art because it kind of grows on you. I think NFTs is more of an acquired taste rather than a first love kind of thing.
exactly. Like when even when I saw crypto punks, it's like, what shit is this? Like, like what is it? Because but now I was in a project last year called, I'm still in that project by the way, Punks 2023, a free project. So it was a free project, but I got in secondary because I didn't have whitelist or stuff like that. But then the community is amazing. The founders are present. It's a very fun little project, and now the founders kind of understand that the ETH meta is kind of slowed down and it's not picking up, and also like they did mistake in like naming the project Punks 2023 because 2023 is over now, so they are moving on to Solana. But then the community has been like really fun.